Hello everyone, we got a new requirement where we have Excel file in the SFTP location and we have to populate the Excel file data into the ATP table using OIC integration. But we cannot read the Excel file in OIC. If it is CSV or XML file, then we can directly read the file data and populate the data into the ATP table, which we already covered in our earlier videos. Now in this video, we'll see how we can populate the Excel file data into the ATP table using the OIC integration. So this is the Excel file of employee data. We'll first upload this file into the SFTP location. Then we'll create an OIC integration that will download this file and store the file as blob format into a ATP table. After that, we'll use a procedure to parse the Excel data and populate the data into another ATP table. We'll call the procedure from the OIC for this activity. Finally, we'll move the file into the archive folder in SFTP as it is successfully processed. So this is the SFTP folder where we want to upload our Excel file. Now I'll go to OIC, and for this integration we need two connections. I already created the connection and the connections are ATP and FTP connection. I'll open the ATP connection first. So here we have provided ATP wallet with the wallet password and the database username and password. And under the optional properties, we have provided the service name as ATP wallet name underscore hi. For the FTP connection, we have provided the host address and the FTP port. Under the optional properties, SFTP connection as yes, and provided the username and password of the FTP server. Both the connections are invoke connection. Now I'll go to integrations and create the integration. I'll choose schedule integration and provide the integration name as intg038 as it is our 38th integration. Now click on the create button. In the schedule action, I'll click on the three dot and choose edit. Here I'll create two parameters which are file name and file path. The parameters will be used to pass the SFTP file path and file name when we'll trigger the integration. Now we have to download the file from the SFTP. So for that I'll click on the plus and search for the FTP connection, which is FTP001. I'll provide the endpoint name as download file. Continue. Continue. In the select operation, instead of read a file, we'll choose download file. For the input directory and file name, I'll not provide anything as we'll provide this in the mapping. In the download directory, I'll put /download. It will be a dummy directory in OIC. Now continue. Finish. Now I'll go to the map of download file and expand the download request. For the directory, we have to provide the SFTP folder from where we are downloading the file. So I'll map file path to directory and file name to file name. After downloading the Excel file, we'll store that as blob in the ATP table. So for that, I'll create that table. I'll open the VS Code to access the ATP database. And this is the table file upload staging where we want to store the Excel file as blob. So here we can see the third column is file content and the data type is blob. In this column, we'll store the Excel file as blob, which is binary large object. Apart from this column, we have file ID and file name. In the file name, we'll store the Excel file name, and in the file ID, we'll populate the integration instance ID, which is unique for each integration run. The status and the error message column we'll use in the procedure where we'll parse the Excel file data. Now I'll create this table. So the table has been created. Now we'll go to the OIC and populate this table using the ATP adapter connection. For that, I'll search for the ATP connection, which is ATP001. I'll provide the endpoint name as store file ATP. In the operation, I'll select perform an operation on a table. The operation will be insert, which is already selected. Continue. Now we'll search for the ATP database schema, which is admin. Then we'll provide the table name, which is file upload staging. I'll write table and percentage. Then I'll search. Go down. We can see file upload staging. I'll select and move the table in the selected panel. Go down. Then import the table. Choose file ID as primary key. Continue. Continue. Finish. Now go to the map of the stored file ATP and expand file upload staging. For the file ID, we'll map integration instance ID. So I'll expand integration metadata and under the runtime details, we'll see instance ID. I'll map this to file ID. Then for the file name and file content, I'll expand download file response. The file name we'll get from the file name under properties. So I'll map this file name to file name. And for the file content, we have to map the Excel file that we'll get from file reference. But if we directly map file reference to file content, then we'll get error. We have to encode this as base64 to store as blob format. So for this, I'll click on toggle functions and search for encode. So here we can see encode reference to base64. I'll drag this to file content. Now within this encode reference to base64, I'll put file reference. Now save it, validate. Now at this stage, if we activate and run the integration, then this table file upload staging will be populated with the Excel file name and the file as blob. But we have to extract the data from the file content and populate the data into another table. For that, I'll create this table employee staging where we have 4 columns: employee ID, employee name, salary and department name. As in our Excel file, we have these same 4 columns. Now create this table. So the table employee staging has been created. Now we'll use a procedure through which we can extract the Excel file data and populate into the employee staging table. So we'll use this procedure load Excel data. We'll call this procedure from the integration and pass the integration instance ID that will store in the p file ID input parameter. Then we'll fetch file name and file content from our first table file upload staging by passing the p file ID in the file ID to get the corresponding file. We are storing the file name and file content into this variable v file name and v content, which we have declared here. And you can see the data type of v content is blob. After we get the file content and file name, we are using this parse function, which is apex data parser dot parse, to extract the data from the file. Here we are passing p content as v content and p file name as v file name, where we just stored the file name and the file content. So this parse function will extract all the columns separately with the data, but will not take the first row, as the first row will be the header. So that is why p skip rows will be 1. And we have 4 columns where we have the data in our Excel file. So to get those columns, we have to mention col 001, col 002, col 003, and then we have to write one more col 004. So if we select these 4 columns from table, and then if we use this parse function, then we'll get the data in table format. And we are inserting those data into the employee staging table. In the employee staging table, we have 4 columns: employee ID, employee name, salary and department name, where we'll get these 4 columns data. Now after successfully inserting the data into the employee staging table, we have to update the file upload staging table. So we'll write update file upload staging set status equal to success, where we'll pass the file ID as the corresponding p file ID that we are getting from the integration. Then we are committing the transactions. If you remember that in the file upload staging table, we had 2 extra columns, which are status and error message. We are updating those columns now, like if we have successfully inserted the data into the employee staging table, then the status column should be success for that particular file ID. And if we get any error, then that will go to the exception section. So that is why we have mentioned exception when others. Then the P error message will be SQL ERRM. SQL ERRM will provide us the error message that we'll get from the error that we are storing into the output variable P error message. So if we go up, we can see we have declared one out parameter which is P error message. So that means we can see the error message in the integration logs. Also in this case, we have to update the file upload staging table by updating the status as error and error message as P error message for that particular file ID. I'll provide this procedure code in the description for your reference. Now I'll go to OIC and call this procedure to populate the Excel file data into the employee staging table. But before that, I'll compile the procedure. So the procedure is compiled. Now in the OIC, I'll search for the ATP connection, which is ATP 001. I'll provide the endpoint name as populate file data. The operation will be invoke a stored procedure which is already selected. Continue. Now I'll select the schema which is admin. I'll go down. We can see our procedure which is load Excel data. I'll select this and we have one in and one out parameter. Continue. Finish. I'll go to the map of populate file data and for the P file ID I'll expand integration metadata and I'll map the instance ID to the P file ID. Now after the file is processed, we'll move the file into the archive folder in the SFTP. So in the SFTP, we have created two folders which are new and archive. So in the new folder, I'm placing the file and after the file is processed, I'll move it to the archive folder. So for that, in the schedule option, I'll create one more parameter which is archive file path. Then I'll search for the FTP connection and provide the endpoint name as move file. Continue. Continue. In the operation, I'll select move a file. I'll not provide anything here. We'll provide everything in the mapping. Continue. Finish. Now I'll go to the map of move file and expand the file move request. So for the source directory, it will be file path and the target directory will be archive file path. For the file name and target file name, I'll use the same file name. So I'll map file name to file name and file name to target file name as well. Now validate. Now the last thing is we have to add one primary business identifier, which I'll add as file name. Save the integration. Now we are ready to activate and run our integration. So I'll activate the integration in the debug mode. Now I'll click on the three dot and run our integration. I'll provide the file name, file path and the archive file path. So this is the source file path and the file name is employee data.xlsx and paste it under archive file path. Now click on the run button. So you can see the processing completed successfully. Now I'll check the tables if the data is correctly populated or not. I'll copy the instance ID and I'll query select star from file upload staging where file ID equal to integration instance ID. Now I'll select this and run the statement. So you can see the file ID, file name and the file content as blob is correctly populated and the status is success as well. That means the data has been populated to the employee staging as well. So I'll query the employee staging table and we can see we are getting the Excel file data in the employee staging table, which means our integration and the procedure is working as expected. Now I'll go to WinSCP to check if the file is moved to the archive folder or not. So I am in the archive folder. I'll refresh and we can see the file has been moved to the archive folder. I'll check the new folder as well and refresh. So you can see the file has been successfully moved from the new to archive folder. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you like this video, please hit the like button and share this video within your circle. If you have any doubt or any suggestion, put that in the comment section and do subscribe our channel.